So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to this Thursday's edition. I think I've been slipping into the future recently. This Thursday's edition of Harmonize2Energize. Welcome, everybody. My name is Terry Matthews, and it's been my pleasure and privilege to share aspects of JIN SHIN JYUTSU self-help, as well as modalities with overlapping connections for just over 4 years now. And for those of you that are completely brand new or are watching this on YouTube for the very first time, JIN SHIN JYUTSU is an art of harmonizing life energy, sometimes called prana or chi or ki, depending on your culture. What happened there? This is interesting. As it moves through the body. Due to our thoughts, words, and deeds, we sometimes block the congruent moving of this energy field, and all kinds of disharmonies result. JIN SHIN JYUTSU is often described as an art of harmonizing the life force, the life energy. And how we do that? With JIN SHIN JYUTSU, we use fingers, palms, back of hands, thumbs, and we place them on what we call one or two safety energy locks. And there's 26 of them in JIN SHIN JYUTSU. 26 to the left and to the right of the spine, and 23 left and right of the spine, and 3 in the arms is 26. And when we place our fingers, palms, back of hands on these energy locks, which, by the way, are the size of your particular palm, we can allow the energy to move more harmoniously, just rather like locks on a canal or resistors in an electrical circuit. We stop the impedance, or we reduce the impedance, so the energy can go to all the organs, cells, energy fields, chakras, nadis, you name it, in the body more harmoniously. And as a result, generally speaking, you should feel happier, better, more in balance. So today is one of those mystery presenter days where someone from the international JIN SHIN JYUTSU community has volunteered or been press ganged into joining Harmonize2Energize to share their experiences of the art of JIN SHIN JYUTSU. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce to you, where's Gabriela? There you are. Today's presenter from Germany. Which part of Germany is it again, Gabriela? Hello? Can't hear you. Gabriela, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Gabriela? Doesn't look like it.
Looks like she's just now connecting to audio.
Yeah, I can just see. I just saw that message. Yeah.
So now I hear you.
Oh,
I couldn't hear you until now.
yeah.
Hello and good evening.
Welcome. So, Zenker, from which part of Germany?
I'm from Düsseldorf.
That's right. I was about to say Bonn. Apologies. Yeah,
it's fine.
Yeah. So welcome, Gabriela. Gabriela is a translator for JIN SHIN JYUTSU classes, as well as being an organizer, but I think she told me she's doing more translating, which is quite a skill. And so I'm very impressed. So I'm now going to disappear and bless you, and hand you over to the hands, delightful hands of Gabriela. Here we go.
Yeah, so I didn't hear anything of your introduction, Terry, but it's kind of technical challenges, but now I'm here. And thank you for the invitation. I find it very interesting, always these different presenters, especially mystery presenters, that makes it kind of very, you have a curiosity about it to join, and it's always fun, and I love it.
Oh, great. Thank you.
So, and at first you always did this meeting on Fridays, and I was scheduled for tomorrow, Friday the 1st of December. And then I had in mind, oh yeah, that's a great date, and I will start with one story. When I went to Mary to visit her to get treatments, it's quite a while ago, but there at that time I had the urgent question for myself that she tells me, shows me whatever, where the safety energy log 1 is. And it was very important for me, but I am in my first session with her, I didn't even ask her. She showed it right away to me, and I thought this was fascinating, this kind of communication. And there were several other things she answered, although I didn't ask. I just thought it. And that was fascinating. So then I thought, today we have another date. Today is the 30th of November, 2023. And normally I'm not that much in numbers, like, for instance, Wayne or other instructors. But I counted all the numbers together, and finally it sums up to 3. And I thought it might be a quite good topic for this time of the year to focus a little bit on safety energy log 3. And yeah, so I thought at first we will do some self-help. My plan is to do some self-help to open safety energy log 3. And then I love to do a little flow which supports the immune system. And because I don't know how it's in the States or at your place where you are, but here the COVID infections are increasing again, and this kind of fear is around, and I give it all to all my clients, and yes, that's what I think it's important. And when we have still more time, I have other ideas.
Perfect.
Yes, and I don't know if you did told anything about my background, or I mean,
I mentioned that you're a translator and an organizer, but I believe you're a naturopath. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. And JIN SHIN crossed my way in 1992. And I started classically with a self-help class. And then in 1993, I had my first 5-day class. And I'm one of the lucky ones who didn't have a health project when I came to JIN SHIN. At that time, I was pregnant, and I just wanted to support my pregnancy. And I was educated in shiatsu and tried this at this time, but that wasn't good for me. And when I came to JIN SHIN and received a session, then I thought, this is I didn't even thought it. It was like a calling that I would like to do this. I was looking for a healing modality anyway, and was at this point where I had to decide to maybe do acupuncture, but before, at one stage of my life, I was for a very long period I worked in a psychiatric clinic and as a nurse. And then, you know, I always had to give these injections, and I knew, or I mean, I could do it very good, very well. But for me, it was always, you know, for me, I always had to overstep something to do it. And I thought then acupuncture wouldn't be the right thing. And I was really happy when I finally found JIN Jutsu. Yes, and that's what I'm still practicing in now. And I have a praxis, and although I lost, or not lost, but my other one I had to leave during the start of the pandemic. There I had I shared the rooms of the Aikido Center, and I had the bureau of the Aikido Center, and that was my Jinjutsu office. And then I had to find a new one, but I even during the pandemic, I found one at first for 3 days a week, and then finally I had to take it all. Yes, and here I am, still practicing Jinjutsu, and I'm not that good in online things. And yeah, but I still have clients. I do study groups. I do exchange groups with people for self-help, and as well, I give, you know, that everybody has the opportunity to receive Jinjutsu. I do twice a year in an adult education center. I give self-help classes, and this is not so expensive. So everybody could join and do it if they want to.
Perfect.
Okay. And now my thoughts about 3. That's the sum from today, and I thought it's a very good start, because always good to have the 3 open, and the 3 is a safety energy lock, which lives on the back of the body. On the front of the body, all these safety energy locks are descending and support exhaling, and all the safety energy lock on the back of the body and on the outside of the body, they are supporting the inhaling. And in fact, safety energy lock 3 does everything. It supports the exhale and the inhale. It supports our breath. So, and for the first hold, I would like to ask you, just, you know, you take your right hand and put it over your shoulder like coat hanger, and then your other hand, you can, I don't know if you can see this, to put it into the groin. I know doing gymnastics. Can you see this? Probably not. I don't know.
No, that was fine.
Okay. I'm sorry about this now, but it is like it is.
I was just about to say. It is what it is. Yeah.
I can't help it, and I'm glad that it works. So I think we start just holding these 2 positions. You can do this with closed eyes. You can lie down. You can sit at where you are. And if you are sitting, it's always good to ground, and to ground your feet on the floor. And then we just start that we are here together practicing this wonderful art. Now when we are more here and in the right and now, then we can feel both positions, especially the shoulders mostly have a lots of tension, have to carry a lot of things, and now is the opportunity to exhale and let it go. And while we are sitting here and holding these two positions, especially the upper part of the body, when you recognize it and you scan it and go through your shoulders, that as much as you can, that you just release them. Release the tension in your shoulders. That finally, one day you can be the smile and drop the shoulders. Okay, and then for just a minute or for just a moment, we can put our hands on our thighs and just observe again this side you were holding and how it feels and how you feel your breath. And then we take our left hand and put it over our right shoulder. And with the other hand, we go to the right side of our groin, the safety energy lock 15, for the ones who are familiar with it. Now I have the link, Terry. on the computer. I saw.
What can we do?
Nothing, but it arrived now.
Interesting.
Yes. And as well for this side, that you are with your feet grounded on earth. And while you're sitting, when you are sitting, then maybe sit upright or as upright as possible. And then feel with your fingertips, your hand, your palm of the hand, whatever is convenient for you in both parts you are holding, and observe.
Mm.
And while we are sitting and holding these two parts, maybe it's even possible a little bit step by step to drop your shoulders again a little bit. Maybe you have the image that your shoulder blades as well follow their gravity and go down into earth. Maybe it helps. Okay, and now we do the same. We put our hands on our thighs and then observe once again your shoulders. Does it feel different or not? The 3, safety energy lock 3 is a safety energy lock in the first round of the supervisor. And it came into the universe with the meaning door. Door and defense against problem and discomforts. And Mary, in her Sapphire book 2, she has a little note always on the side, and there she writes, it's the door of life. And this door of life, this has a connection to the tarot I found, because Mary, she as well was interested in the tarot and had this little book from Paul Foster Case. And there the 3 is the Empress. And the Empress as well is in connection with Dalit. And Dalit represents the room, and that is seen as the door to life. And the safety energy lock in JIN SHIN JYUTSU is as well our personal antibiotic. And it should be permeable like a saloon door, you know, that it swings, something comes in and it goes out. And it's just like a swinging door. And hopefully you had this impression on your shoulders too. If not, you have now something you can work with. And as well at this place, at Safety Energy Lock 3, the mediator is born. And the mediator, when it's in harmony, we are free from attitudes. And when we are not that in harmony, then it might that we develop some attitudes. But this is a topic I don't know if it's time for that. Okay. And the 3 as well is known as a safety energy lock, which is very important to have relationships. And the most important relationship is the one to myself. And when this is a good relationship and I have conscious observation of myself and I'm permeable, then I as well can support others with these qualities as well. Okay. And my wish to do the little immune flow today was because finally it was about, I don't remember, about 3 weeks ago or so, finally the COVID virus got me, and I recognized it wasn't very strong, but I had the impression when you are in not a very stable condition, then it's easier for this virus to enter your system. And that's what happened. And so I thought it's good to do it, especially this immune sequence as well before you have this kind of infection. And I know that Yoli, during the pandemic, she shared it as well with pictures. And I heard of this little flow in a class as well quite a while ago. It was a know myself with Lynn and Muriel and Wayne. And there in my notes, I had this little flow. And for this, we start again with our left side. If you wish to start with the other side, it's possible as well. So we put our hand again over our shoulder, and we are conscious about here at the shoulder wrist, we have safety energy lock 11. And then when we move until the upper tip of the shoulder blade there, we have the safety energy lock 3. And these two we hold anyway together. And then we have to go with our left hand on the back of the body to our safety energy lock 23, which is at the end of the ribs in the back side. This step this is the first step, and then two more will follow. So it's a very short sequence. And here as well, I encourage you at first to ground your feet on the earth. And if you're sitting, try to sit in a kind of an uprightness. And when you're lying down as well, that you have this feeling of uprightness. For those who are not familiar with JIN Jutsu, what we are looking for right now with our fingers, with our hands, and what we want to feel is that we feel kind of a simultaneous pulsation in both of these areas, that we have the feeling that there is a connection. And I forgot to mention, if it's not comfortable for you to reach your 23 on the back with the palm side of the hand, you can turn your hand and take the back of the hand. So maybe your shoulder will be more relaxed. when you are in this position. Now we move on to the next step. The hand on the shoulder stays where she is. And then the other hand, with this we go to the groin. We know this position already, we did it before, but this is now part of the flow pattern. Okay, and now we move on to the last step. This time the hand in the groin stays, and the hand from the shoulder moves to the safety energy lock 6, which we have here at the foot, at the bottom, in the arch of the foot. And so we hold with the left hand the groin, and with the right hand we go to the left safety energy 6. And here as well, from time to time, that you observe your shoulders and how you're sitting. And if you can change it when it's not comfortable, and that you find a position where you have the most less tension you can have. And maybe when you have this in mind, the more you can relax your shoulders and the more you can drop your shoulders, the more and the larger your jumper cable can be. Okay, and then we can do the same for the other side if you wish. If there's no protest, then please go with your left hand on your right shoulder, and then you can take your right hand, palm side or the back side, and then you go to the ribs and down at the end of your rib cage on the back of your back side, the safety energy lock 23. And here as well, your feet grounded, sitting upright, and let your shoulders drop down as much as possible. You don't have to force it. And maybe in your fingertips, your palm, you feel some kind of pulsations. And maybe you feel that it's kind of synchronized with the other safety energy lock. But if it isn't like this, it doesn't matter. The energy moves. And if you can feel it right now or not, it works. It does it work. And trust that it does. It changes your confirmation and it changes a lot of things. Then we go to the next step. The hand on the shoulder stays where she is, and the other one goes to the safety energy lock 15 here in the groin. And maybe you feel the softening of your shoulders. Maybe not. But with time, all this tension will melt away. And when you are now, right now, when we are doing this sequence, when you are sitting, I encourage you as well to try it out when you are lying. It's a total different feeling. And as well, your shoulder blades, it feels totally different. And the ones who are lying down, then try it out sitting and sitting upright, and then dropping your shoulders. This is well a different experience. And now for the last step of this side, we move from the hand to the shoulder to the safety energy lock 6 at the foot. The right hand stays in the right groin. And when you're sitting in this position, it's as well a challenge to relax your shoulder and to relax your groin and your knee and the ankle. But when you observe it step by step, you can release maybe a little bit of tension.
Mm.
Okay, that's this little immune flow, but I think it's a very helpful flow, and it has quite a power. And I only can encourage you to try it out, and maybe that it becomes to a part of your JIN Jutsu routine. And my clients, already in September, I reminded them, and do you do it? And they do regularly this little flow, and I love it. And it's not that much time left, but for the rest, I don't know if there are questions, or shall we hold something else, Terry?
I was just going to look to see if there were questions, actually.
Okay.
By the way, that was a beautiful experience. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, Kimberly asked for the first time, this flow has
Yes.
been very draining. Does that mean detoxing is happening? Over to you.
Yes, that's what can be. And especially, it's a part of as well, it's the 3, the 11, and then we have the 23. It's very powerful, and I would suggest just drink some water and I don't know what time of the day it is. Here we have evening, so I would drink some water and lay down for a bit. It can be, yes. And it's, from my point of view, it's quite a good sign, because there is moving something. This is as well with Safety Energy Lock 3, which, we want to be like a door, a swinging door. So it's working.
Right. Yeah. That makes perfect sense. That's a very connected flow, a very connecting flow. The elements, it goes through, the organs, it goes through. So I agree with Gabriela, having heard that there is an uptick again of COVID in America too. I don't know what it's like in other parts of the world. Obviously in Europe it's happening. This is a flow that I used myself back in the day, and it's a good reminder. So has anybody else got any questions? If they have, just raise your hand and then you can unmute. I think you got a group of satisfied students. Oh, Tom, do you want to unmute yourself?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, thank you. I've been working on tech issues all day. Thank you.
Oh. That's it, is it? You just want to know if we can hear you.
Yeah.
Loud and clear. Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
we had this technical issue as well. I mean, for me, it's the first time now on the cell phone.
Yeah, I mean, 22s, right? It's good experience. I don't know. It's something I should say more often, that people could always look in their spam, but if it didn't arrive there, maybe there was
No.
some filter at the Dusseldorf end where they were.
Yeah,
filtering.
but it
Yeah.
didn't arrive in the spam, and Terry, normally it doesn't happen because therefore I ask. I get your messages always half an hour before, therefore I thought I better ask.
Yeah, no, maybe I'm getting a little tardy. I normally check in and say, did you get the link? But I didn't. But you did get the link in the end.
Yeah.
we worked it out somehow. Okay.
Yeah, so then, stay healthy and have a good holiday time. I mean, for me, it's kind of early, but in the United States, you say this, and then looking forward to the new year.
Yeah. Gosh, where has this year gone? It seems to have moved very, very fast. So if you want to show us your face, put your camera on, you can. If you don't, I just want to say something about that. And I perfectly understand why people often don't want to do that. But something, when your camera's on, it increases the energy field. All right. So collectively, when we see you, we're picking up your energy, connecting with you heart to heart, soul to soul. So just a thought for those of you that may be wondering why I want you to put your cameras on. That's it. That's my rationale. So anyway, just a quick, I'll bring everything to a halt now. Let's stop the recording.